to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I'm joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, this is our first show since before the All-Star break. I know you've done some NASCAR. You did the Wise stream for baseball on Friday. But you and I haven't actually we haven't done a podcast since before the All-Star break. How was your weekend, bro?
It was good. I mean, golf was beautiful. Tiger had a chance to win. That was also beautiful. NASCAR, not so much, but golf made up for it. And we had a sub crush on FanDuel, so that makes up for it as well.
We did. That was a pleasant surprise on Twitter. We had a member at the Wise Take Nation, thanks to Tommy SB and this man right here, Mr. CashinDFS, take down the donkey. What? Tied with only one person on the FanDuel donkey. What? Won himself a smooth.
Yeah, tied with one other person.
A smooth $8,000. That was pretty awesome. He had himself a pretty good Sunday. So shout out to the nation, staying hot, man, making it happen. Yeah, making it happen. And Cash, this is what like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I think
that's a good Sunday.
2 out of the last 3 weeks, you've just as far as I haven't talked to you about playing it, but as far as content, I'm hearing that you smashed these last 2 out of 3 weeks. Like I'm hearing that the PGA stream
is
pretty
on golf
point.
Yeah,
yes.
golf's been good.
Yes, I like it.
Started off the year super hot, and then went through a little cold streak, and now it's been good.
Now it's
been good
back
for
on
sure.
the gravy train. Good time to join the nation if you're not with us already. But we're ready to talk some baseball, man. We got ourselves a 13-game slate on Monday. Normally Monday we only got like 7, 8, 9 games, and I kind of look forward to that because I like that spot. But today we have a little bit more. But I understand it's the first Monday after the All-Star break, so I guess they decided to load it up a little bit. Got some catch-up to do, all that goodness. And we're going to do what we do. We're going to do what we do because that's all we know how to do. There's only thing to do at 1 o'clock in the morning. So let's go ahead and jump right in with Rick Porcello of the Boston Red Sox. Your Boston Red Sox visiting Kevin Gausman of those Baltimore Orioles. Total in this game currently sits at 9. Boston minus 160 at home. Looks like we could have some rain on our hands in Baltimore. It's been raining on the East Coast. I know you mentioned that down in Florida you're getting a lot of rain too. What else is new? It's Florida. It always rains down there. But the East Coast is getting pounded right now with rain.
Well, normally it doesn't rain all night.
Right.
Normally it just rains in the afternoon.
Yeah, there you go. At least you got the pattern. For us, it's been... last night was just a wild-ass storm. Out of nowhere, bro. Like, I knew it was supposed to rain. Out of nowhere. Wild storm. I wake up in the morning, there's tree branches everywhere. There's leaves all over my lawn. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Like, my trash can's tipped over. I'm like, what the hell happened last night? It looked like Mother Nature just had a party last night and got hammered. And things just went wrong. That's what it looked like. Anyway, it is going to be 79 degrees, 54% humidity. Looks like some light rain, so maybe they'll be okay. But there is 81% humidity in the vicinity. 11-mile-per-hour winds blowing pretty much to third base directly. What do you got here?
I definitely don't like gas can. Not against these fellas over here. Porcello. Probably not for me at 9-9. He's decent. I mean, this lineup is definitely taking a hit when they take by far the best hitter away. I mean, he's okay, but at 9-9, it's probably not for me. And give me Mookie Betts. I play Mookie Betts all the time in Camden Yards. I could stack the Red Sox for sure against Mr. Gaskin. They are very good against righties. But the ISO isn't. I mean, ISO is, I want more than 176 over the last month, but you could stack the Red Sox every single day.
Every day. I'm with it, man. They put up 9 runs today. Maybe they're starting to come around. They did have a couple games there where they were kind of struggling for offense, but they put up 9 runs in Detroit earlier today, so I'm with it, man. Great ballpark. Assuming that the game plays, which if it's light rain, it should. Against Gausman, like you said, they're much better against righties. They got a little bit of BVIP 5 for 10 with one home run. That is JD Martinez. Mookie Betts, 3 homers, 15 for 32. And it's looking juicy playing in Camden Yards.
How many strikeouts? Has Mookie got?
3.
How about JD?
JD has 2 out of 10. So that's like 20%. That's not great. But Mookie 3 out of 32. That's well. It's actually I'm looking at it bats. If you want to do total plate appearances, 2 strikeouts for JD. So 2 out of 12, and then 3 out of 36 for Mookie Betts. I like that. When you put the ball on plate in that park, good things can happen, man. Especially with the humidity out there. But yeah, man, I'm with you. Red Sox very expensive. I do like them. The Orioles are a team that I've been trying to make it a point to have at least one lineup where I'm taking a pitcher against them. However, we do have a lot of other good arms, and Rick Porcello at 9.9 is kind of tough. It's kind of a tough sell. Just because Porcello's like strikeouts are king, obviously. That's the upside, that's your floor, that's everything. And Porcello there's nothing special in the strikeout department. He'll get a few, and the Orioles will give him some, but it's not his thing. His thing is just not going to get hit too hard. So.
Yeah, I mean the matchup is great, but the price is just
it's nuts. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, but the matchup is great. We'll see, but I know we have some other options, so we'll come back to that if need be. Next up, Ross Stripling of Patio Joe's Los Angeles Dodgers visiting Zach Eflin of those Philadelphia Phillies. Total here is 8.5. The Dodgers minus 133 on the road. Looks like we got some light rain here too. Not as bad, 37%. Same exact temperature and humidity though. 79 degrees, 81% humidity. 12 mile per hour winds look like they're blowing out to left. We'll see if that continues, if it holds up. What do you think
I mean, Stripling, I haven't used him at all, sadly. And I probably won't use him again. That's just because, I don't know, because I'm an ass, really, and I just refuse to play him. Yeah, I refuse to play him against the Padres. I just refuse to play him every day. The guy's been really good, though. Can't take that away from him. I mean, he's a decent play here, but probably not for me. And Eflin, coming off injury, no, not against this team. This team has been the best team against righties over the last month with a 213 ISO as well. They're hit or miss. Like, they'll come into a game and be really bad, or they'll crush him, and I just won't take the chance against these Dodgers. You could give me these Dodgers for sure.
Yeah, man, I agree.
All the lefties.
I completely agree. Eflin has been a little bit better this year, obviously, because he's found some velocity. He's throwing a lot harder. But that's just that's something that Dodgers can actually hit. Like you said, they hit guys that throw a lot of fastballs. He throws mostly sliders to righties, and the slider is a pitch that a lot of the Dodgers do struggle with. But he really doesn't throw it to lefties. To lefties, he basically relies on his fastball, his changeup, and his sinker, and mostly his fastball. He's throwing 51% of his pitches to left-handed hitters are fastballs, four-seam fastballs, averaging about 95 miles an hour. That's just right up the Dodgers' alley. I mean, it's just, like guys like Grandal. It seems like a.
You got the rise on that?
No.
Is it?
No, I just got it on Add More Funds. It just has the split of what he throws. I don't have his. I don't have the actual.
Wish I would have pulled it up. Yeah. I'm not gonna pull it up.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Oh, excuse me.
It's all good. But I'm with you, man. This is not the spot coming back from injury. I'm with you. The Dodgers look poised in a great spot. Big ballpark boost for them. Winds blowing out. Everything's kind of adding up. And Stripling,
they're pretty cheap too.
Yeah, man, not bad. I mean, Cody Bellinger's 3.9 on DraftKings. That's
I know. Muncie is only 4 or 5.
Look at that. He finally came back down to earth. Machado's 4.6, man. I know he's a righty, but wow. Is he, I don't know. That's strange. I don't know. But yeah, as far as Stripling, he's not discounted. He's priced up. they priced his teammates down and priced him up. I like Stripling. I think he's good. The Phillies present a lot of strikeout upside, but 10-2 is kind of expensive, and Stripling hasn't really showed us lately that ceiling. You know what I'm saying? So but he's got it in him. So I'm okay with Stripling. But 10-2 is kind of expensive. Doesn't make my heart sing or anything like that, man. Next up. Adalberto Mejia, the lefty from the Minnesota Twins. I haven't heard that name in a while. Visiting Luis Santos of the Toronto Blue Jays. No total just yet or line for this game. Obviously, Vegas has to catch up. But it'll be about 78 degrees, 80% humidity out in Toronto. If they open up the roof, that's actually going to be a pretty good hitting environment. If they close it, still a decent hitting environment, being it's in Toronto. What do you got here?
This Santos guy. He's been in the bullpen, correct?
I'm actually checking right now.
Yeah, he's been in the bullpen. His last appearance was the 14th. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how stretched out he is, because he was up pretty much since the beginning of July. I don't know. I have to look at how stretched out he is from the minors.
He's not a typical starter. I'm looking right now on FanGraphs.
He's not a starter in the minors either?
No, he has had 17 appearances in the minors and only 2 actual starts.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Like, I can't do that. And I'm not doing measuring. Pass on that.
Yeah, in the minors, literally the most innings he's thrown is 4. It's the most.
So it's going to be a bullpen game. I mean, I don't know. I like Dozier. Like, Dozier's coming around for me. He's been bad, but he looks better right now. Lomo, Kepler. Sano got promoted to AAA. I seen that a couple days ago. How funny is that? I thought it was hilarious. I'm getting a Miguel Sano notification that he's promoted to AAA. I thought it was hilarious.
Good for him, man. Good for him.
And on the other side, I don't know how much of these Toronto Blue Jays I want. I gotta look into Mr. Measury.
Well, Mejia?
Yeah, whatever the hell his name is.
Adalberto.
I know his first name.
I know.
I don't know how to pronounce that last name.
I think it's just Mejia, isn't it? Yeah, Mejia.
Whatever.
He does have a sick first name, though. Adalberto. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like he's something. Like,
yeah.
That's kind of gangster. I like it. Yeah, I'm with you. It's a bullpen game. I think that if they open up this roof, I'm going to force myself to like it even more because it's going to be kind of warm, but it's going to be really humid, so there could be some extra carry to the ball. But immediately, I mean, we know the Twins are better against righties. The Blue Jays, if this is a bullpen game, they should see a bunch of righties. I know Biagini pitched today after Happ, so he's usually somebody they rely on to eat some innings. So if he comes in the game, like he's already pitched a little bit today, maybe he gets some tired on there. I'm with you, man. The Twins, bunch of lefties. This ballpark against in a bullpen situation, maybe people kind of don't go there just because they don't really know anything about these guys, like Luis Santos, and maybe not realizing that he's just a bullpen guy. So yeah, I like the Twins. If they open up the roof, I like him even more. As far as Mejia, I'm with you. With Toronto, like I don't know if I want to pitch Mejia just yet. I got to look into that. But as far as Toronto, I don't typically like them against lefties. I definitely prefer them against righties. Like you see a different lineup kind of come out. Lourdes Gurriel comes up leadoff, and I think he's fine. But after that, like all the guys we like, it's like him, Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar is fine every day.
Yes, agreed. So it's like him, Teoscar Hernandez. But then after that, you don't really want to play Morales or Smoke against a lefty. Like you never really want to play Russell Martin ever. Like Grichuk, I guess, but I prefer him against righties too. So
I'd definitely rather have him against righties.
Yeah. So I'm not really excited for too much on the Toronto side.
I mean, I also think that Cave, like Jake Cave, I'll play that guy at 3-3 because I know he has the power to put it over the fence.
Yeah. I mean, especially if that roof is open, man. A lot of these guys might hit home runs. I like the Twins. I do.
Didn't Kepler hit one today?
He may have. He's been hot. He's definitely been hot recently, Kepler. Before the All-Star break, and if he did it again today, good for him. But I know before the All-Star break, he was hitting home runs fairly often. You know who's hot right now is the Pirates, man. Those guys are just Dickerson, Polanco, Marte. Those guys are on fire. It's been fun to watch. Next up, Eric Lauer, the lefty from the San Diego Padres, visiting Jacob deGrom, the deGrominator of my New York Mets. Total in this game currently sits at 8. The Mets minus 136 at home. I feel like maybe the line didn't catch up just yet. That seems strange to me that deGrom would be that much of a... only that.
Wasn't he just announced late?
Yeah, he was, because their game got postponed today. So I think that line is for Zach Wheeler, because it was supposed to be Zach Wheeler against the Padres, but deGrom got pushed back because the Sunday Night Baseball game got postponed against the Yankees. So I don't think that's the right line, full disclosure. I think we're going to see the total drop to like 7.5, and I think we'll see the Mets favored by like 140-ish, maybe 150-ish, because they still are bad. But anyway, I'll continue. 78 degrees, 84% humidity, 37% precipitation. Looks like maybe some light rain. We do have 13-mile-per-hour winds projected to blow out to left field. And the Padres, man, like, have quietly been red hot. They have, like, since the All-Star break, they have one of the highest hard contact rates as a team. They've been putting up runs. What do you think, man?
Well, I'm scared of deGrom because. Do you think they're going to trade him, or
I don't think so. I think they would, but I think that nobody was willing to give them what they wanted. You know, like, because what they were looking for, they didn't want like young prospects. They wanted guys who were ready like next year. You know what I mean? Like, and nobody was willing to give part with that. Like the Yankees could have had him. The Mets wanted Gleyber Torres. I think, and Yankees didn't want to part with him. But nobody else wanted to give anything.
I mean.
You know, enough.
If I'm not worried about that, like if I'm not worried about them like pulling him at 90 pitches because they just don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like they got him, they want to trade him. If not, I mean I'm cool with pitching him. Definitely at home. Padres. They could be good, but I'm not. I'm not scared of the Padres. And they're on the road. They're usually better at home. So I think deGrom is okay. I'm a little scared because maybe, just maybe, they might have something that they'll do it because I don't know. This season is pretty much over, so. But deGrom is still young, so you don't want to give him up for something you don't want. Mm-hmm. And on the other side. I could definitely pitch old boy. I could put like last time I liked Lauer. I liked him on the show. He was one of my favorite pitchers of the day. Dude went out and just dominated the Dodgers. Yeah. And I don't expect that at all. But dude is literally 4K. He's 4K. Over the last month, the Mets have the second highest strikeout rate on the slate, or at least to lefties. At 28.1%, it's only behind the Royals. WRC plus is 79. The ISO is 106. I know Cespedes is back, but he might not play because he came back for a day and he's already back on the. Like,
he's sort of back.
So frustrating.
He's sort of maybe kind of back.
Yeah, no, it's so frustrating. If he's in the lineup, it will scare it'll scare me some because. I don't like to pick on Cespedes. That dude is legit. I love Cespedes. But just like the rest of this team is just, I'm not scared of it against a lefty. So at 4K, I'm definitely willing to take that chance. If he goes out and gives me 15, I'll be extremely happy. And I definitely think that is possible. He could also get rocked. These guys killed Herman on Friday when I was all in. So that sucked. But I'm not really looking for no bats here, except maybe Flores or Cespedes. Joey Bats as well, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. I highly doubt Cespedes plays. The only reason he played, first of all, against the Yankees is because he was going to DH in that series. He played one game and couldn't play the next game because he was too sore because of his heels. There's no way.
He said that he was ready to play. He said he could have DH'd, but they... erred on the side of caution.
And there's no way he's going to take the field. Like I just don't see I don't see him running around in the outfield. And even if he were to, I don't see it being a whole game thing. I mean, the guy just basically said there was a whole big thing in New York. He just said that he basically needs to get surgery, and like people are like, well, if he needs surgery, why the hell is he back? Like get him the surgery now. It's like he's going to be out for 10 months once he gets it. It's like this whole big thing. So I highly doubt that that they're going to just
like, ugh. This is just putrid.
putrid indeed.
I know it got to suck when you're watching your Mets, man.
Oh yeah, it sucks. It was nice having him back for one day. That was cool.
It wasn't nice for me because
That's right.
He had a home run.
That's right. He did an odd one. Yeah, I agree, man. I don't necessarily think Lauer is great. And, like, Lauer is, like, the one lefty. The Mets actually did beat him up in San Diego. But he's kind of been pitching a little bit better lately. I think that he's starting to get some positive regression in his favor. So I'm with you. At 4K, I do think he's interesting, especially if Yoenis Cespedes is out of the lineup. And DeGrom, man, I love DeGrom against the Padres, of course. 12-2 is kind of expensive. If I can fit him, I'll try. But lately, I haven't really been able to fit these expensive guys, man. I've been settling for the mid-tier, the cheap tier. It's been kind of hard to afford the big bets. But it's a possibility. I agree. There is definitely some concern with the trade deadline approaching. You never know what's going to happen if they cap him. If they really are trying to trade him, they may not push him so hard. But usually DeGrom's a gamer, and we know he pitches really well at home. Of course, you might have some weather risk tomorrow, so that's a whole other issue.
I mean, he's probably. I mean, I could say that he's the best pitcher on this slate.
Right. Yeah, but there's some baggage there. There's some baggage.
Yeah, and no, Lauer's not good at all.
Yeah,
I don't think he's good.
Right,
but
it's just the Mets.
Just 4K.
Yeah, no, 4K. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for he'd have to get you a negative to really hurt you. Like he'd have to get you to really hurt you. Next up, we've got Daniel Ponce de Leon.
Yeah, he came over here on the ship
there you go.
With old Columbus.
Daniel Ponce de Leon of the St. Louis Cardinals visiting Luis Castillo of the Cincinnati Reds. Total in this game, 9.5. The Reds minus 121 at home, 79 degrees, 66% humidity, in the Great American Small Park. What do you got, Cash?
Well, I know Mr. Ponce de Leon almost died.
No shit.
Like, yeah, he got hit. He got hit in the head. With a line drive in the minors.
Oh.
He almost died. The kid has been pretty good. I gotta look into him. I mean, I love the park. What's the weather? Is it hot here?
It's gonna be like 80. It's like 79, 80.
I mean, it's hot enough.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of lefties. I don't know, but what I do know is that Matt Carpenter is like, this dude is, wow, this guy's unbelievable right now. I think you should play Matt Carpenter. He's expensive. Luis Castillo, I love the guy, but I'll play Matt Carpenter against Luis Castillo. Believe that. So yeah, I like Matt Carpenter as my favorite player of this game for sure.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Like, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. I gotta look if I want to get more back. But I know damn well I like Matt Carpenter.
Oh yeah, it's hard not to like Matt Carpenter. What he's doing is pretty astonishing. 5.5 is expensive, but you can work him in first base, third base on DraftKings, multiple eligibility, and he's just been so hot. It's very tough to fade him, especially in this ballpark. We know Luis Castillo struggles against lefties. It just seems like everything's lining up. With that said, I do have some interest in like Paul DeJong. I think there's a couple of guys here you can play with him, but Matt Carpenter definitely the guy that
Jose Martinez is better against righties.
Right. Yeah.
He's been really cold.
Yeah,
like the team's putting up 20 runs and he ain't doing anything.
Yeah, he's been slumping. He hasn't been playing even all that much, I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, usual suspects: Carpenter, Molina, DeJong. Ozuna's been.
Are you interested in Castillo?
Not really, man. The Cardinals are just a team. Like, I gotta have something good against them to take a pitcher, because they can strike out. When they strike out, it's a lot, but they don't normally. Like, you gotta have really nasty stuff, and Castillo's stuff hasn't been nasty enough. I will say Castillo has a very healthy swinging strike rate. So
I don't think that's ever going anywhere.
That's never going anywhere. Right, exactly. The upside is there. It's just this year he's having a hard time not getting rocked at certain points, I don't know. And this ballpark, maybe if it was in St. Louis, I'd be a little more interested, but in this ballpark, it kind of scares me. Or if he was even a little cheaper, 6.8's not expensive, but it's not exactly like, like give me something. He's going up against the Cardinals. Matt Carpenter's been the hottest man on the planet, and he's in Great American Small Park. Like, give me something, like tempt me a little better. You know what I mean? And
I bet you Colton Wong goes yard tomorrow. I bet at 3-9, and nobody's going to play.
Nobody's going to play him. That is right. As far as Daniel Ponce de Leon, I think that he's showed tremendous K upside in the minors. I had over a 10K per nine. Did have a higher xFIP than an ERA. His ERA was in the 2s, but his xFIP indicated that it was in the 4s, his xFIP. But problem is the Reds don't strike out a ton. They have been a little more lately, but they've been facing some pretty good pitchers like Bauer and some of those arms. So that's a little bit different. They haven't seen this guy before. Maybe he's capable, but he's in the minors. We don't know how long they're willing to let him go. Confidence issues, very small park. I don't think this is a very good debut spot for him. So I think I would lean towards the bats on both sides, honestly. I think the Reds are fine, although they haven't been all that impressive lately. We know what they're capable of in this ballpark. Next up, we've got Luis Severino of Paulie D's New York Yankees visiting Hunter Wood of the Tampa Bay Rays. Total in this game, that has to be a mistake. Okay, there is no total in this game. Okay. No total.
I think this Wood guy was just announced.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Obviously, they play in a dome here, so nothing else to talk about. What do you think?
I mean, Severino is right there with the ground for me. Like, I love the guy. Didn't love him his last game. But he's so good. You do get $1,000 savings for DeGrom, but it's in Tampa. It's a great pitcher's park. Tampa is a better team at home. He's 13-2, so he's expensive. I don't know what I would say, which one I'd want to play in cash. I think you should probably play one of those two guys in cash. Maybe Stripling if you want to go down a little further. I mean, I like Severino. I always like Severino, but I don't know. I don't love it. I don't think he's gonna get blown up though. That's for sure. And the Yankees will be popular against Hunter Wood. I mean, that's a bullpen guy, right?
Yeah, bullpen guy.
What they do. So he'll pitch 1-2 innings tops. And then, don't know who's coming in. That'll be interesting. If somebody's good's coming in, I mean, it might be a decent fade, but the Yankees are going to be popular. The Yankees are good plays. All of them.
Yeah, man. I the Yankees on the road in this ballpark, I'm pretty sure on a 13-game slate I can find bats elsewhere. I'm always finding one-offs.
I'm not going to play them, I doubt it, but they're going to be popular.
Yeah,
don't state they're going to be popular.
I do. I mean, they always are. It's the Yankees. I don't mind taking one-offs if you want to play. Aaron Judge is very hot right now, so I'm totally fine with Aaron Judge one-off. But the rest of the guys, I wouldn't take too many. Just because if they are popular, it's not a good circumstance, not a good atmosphere. It's hard to profile them because they're going to be going up against so many different pitchers in the bullpen. And Severino, I agree, man. I think the matchup on paper seems great, but the Rays have been playing a lot better at home. They've been just as scrappy as the Marlins have been. And Luis Severino is 13-2. I think I'd rather go to DeGrom and take the savings. Bats are important these days, man. Bats are really important.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially when, yeah. But Severino is just, the guy is, he's so dominant against lefties. It's insane. There's regression. It has to regress. I don't know how he's still so good against lefties, but it is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. He is definitely a beast. Next up, we've got Trevor Williams of the Pittsburgh Pirates visiting Corey Kluber of the Minnesota Twins. Total here is 8.5. Cleveland minus 255 at home. 79 degrees, 72% humidity in Cleveland. What do you got?
Well, here they are. They're on the road, which I prefer Pittsburgh at home more, even though that's a pitcher's park. But there's no way I pitch Corey Kluber right now. There's just no way. You give me DeGrom a 1,000 times out of 1,000 times over Corey Kluber right now. Like the matchup is like, oh, come on, man. No Corey Kluber. That's a big no. And Trevor Williams, like, I mean, the guy's ISO against lefties is pretty good. He's gonna have a lot of lefties here. I probably Cleveland's at home, so they're always better plays at home. But I don't think I play many of them coming out of Texas. They did it like Naquin and Alonso did good for me the other day in Texas. I probably don't play many Cleveland Indian bats here. And that could be bad. Like, they could go off. I don't think Trevor Williams is that good, but his ISO looks good to me against lefties. This is at 129. That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. I think that we're going to see a good amount of runs in this game. We know Cleveland plays better at home. It's a pretty good hitting atmosphere. The humidity's there. It's warm. The Pirates have been like the hottest offense in the league. Corey Kluber has not been as dominant as we know him to be. I think that the Pirates will come in low-owned, even though they're hot, just because it's Corey Kluber. And I'm not afraid, man. Dick, Marte, Polanco, all these guys are just so hot right now. I do like the Pirates' offense. No interest in Corey Kluber. I agree with you. And I'm fine with the Indians. They're obviously very expensive. Trevor Williams is pretty good at drawing soft contact. But the Indians, we know, one, are phenomenal. Two, they're even better at home. So, yeah, I'm fine with... I think this is going to be quite the offensive. I mean, it's a Corey Kluber game, and yet the total is 8.5. You know, I think that kind of tells the story, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a... Like, they're more expensive than the Dodgers, but... None of them are over 5. Marte is the most expensive at 4.9.
Yep, and they would normally be cheaper. It's just they're so hot they couldn't discount them all that much. You know.
Yeah, and DK hasn't been doing it as much as they have in the past either.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, we got Sean Newcomb, the lefty from Cash's hometown, Atlanta Braves, visiting Jose Urena of the Miami Marlins. Total here is 8. The Atlanta Braves minus 124 road favorites here. Looks like some possible light rain. They'll probably close the roof as they normally do. What do you got here?
I don't know. I mean, Newcomb has not been good recently. I need to go look at what's going on, but I'm not going to pitch him against the Marlins. It's a great park, but I just don't think I'm going to do it. I know he started against them earlier and had a big game. They had 2 pretty good games, 26 and a 20. He's just been bad recently, so I probably don't do that. And Urena is pretty good against righties. Can struggle against lefties, but it's a huge park. Freddie Freeman at 5-1. I don't think Freddie Freeman's going to go give me a home run. He never seems to get me home runs. I just probably don't have much in this game at all.
Hey, you know what I call him? I call him Freddie Doubles. Because whenever I play him, I'd be lucky to get a double. That's all the man does for me.
I thought it was hilarious. I was sitting here watching the home run derby. I'm like, what the hell is Freddie Freeman doing on my screen? He's not a home run hitter. Like, why is he here? He's the best hitter here. But he's not no home run hitter. Get him the hell out of here.
He's becoming like Joey Votto. That's who he's becoming. Yeah. This year, I mean, like him and Joey Votto this year have been very similar. They're still good hitters, but they're no longer
great
home run hitters. Like that's not what they're doing.
That was a joke that he was in the home run hitter.
But yeah, not too much I want from this game. Newcomb, I think, is acceptable, but I'm not a fan of picking up Miami. I did play Archer today, and he went out there after giving me a little bit of a panic attack in the first inning. He got it together. He had 13 Ks, had a phenomenal game. But that's like an exception thing. That was like Newcomb throws a lot of fastballs. That's not something I want to pick on Miami with. I'm not really interested in anything from this game. Big park. If you want to take some of the Braves, it's fine, I guess. But they're all expensive. I don't think I want any of them. I think I'd rather find offenses elsewhere on this huge slate. Next up, Patrick Corbin, the lefty from the Arizona Diamondbacks, visiting Luke Farrell of the Chicago Cubs. No line or total. Not that there ever is anyway, because they always wait for the wind in Wrigley. But we will be 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing in from center, which is not as bad as it has been. 74 degrees, 72% humidity, so fairly warm, fairly humid. Out in Chicago, what do you got?
I don't like this pitching slate very much. Like Patrick Corbin has not been very good. He's 11-2, so I doubt I could do that. Luke Farrell, like, who is this guy? Is it the comedian? Is he coming into a pitch?
Yes, it's Will Ferrell's nephew.
It is for real? Oh.
And you know what?
Hey, man, Mr. Bieber is Justin Bieber's cousin.
No, he's not. I looked that up. He is not. No. Yes, he is not. He is not. Well, I looked up the Bieber thing, and from what I saw, there was no mention of any relation. I saw that like they asked Bieber, and he said that it was, they were asking him, how does it feel to share a name with a pop star, and he was like, well, he started getting famous when I was in 8th grade, and it was like this whole thing. But he did not mention. There was no mention of them being cousins, so I don't think that they're actually cousins.
Oh, that's messed up. I thought, man, that's bullshit. See, you gotta read lies on the internet, man.
I mean, listen, they didn't say that they weren't cousins, but they did not say that they were. The way he was talking about the dude, though, he was talking as if he doesn't actually know the guy. That's how I put it.
Oh, that sucks. Luke Farrell,
bullpen guy, 19 games. He's had 1 start this year, but 19 games total, so 18 relief appearances.
How many? Let me see something real quick with this guy. Oh, Mr. Luke Farrell. Where are you at? I don't see him. Damn it. I'm not about to look him up. Yeah, I mean, I think you could take Jake Lamb. I definitely think you could take that. I also think you could take Peralta and Descalso. Probably Goldschmidt. I mean, I'm not going to leave Goldschmidt off. This guy's a bullpen guy. He's not going to go deep. So, yeah, I kind of like Arizona a little bit. The wind's blowing in, right? Like 8-9 miles an hour or something like that. And I'm just not going to pitch Corbin, but do I want to pick on him? I don't know. I have to figure that out.
Yeah, man, I'm down. I'm down to pick on him. Let's go Cubs, man.
You are?
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's do it.
It's Wrigley. They're home. It's like 74 degrees, 72% humidity. I know there's 8-mile-an-hour winds, but they were just putting up runs in 15-mile-an-hour winds blowing in, man. They can handle this 8. And the Cubs have been hot, man. Nobody's really mentioned it. They've quietly been pretty hot. Chris Bryant's back, and he looks a little bit better than he looked earlier. Javi Baez has been on another planet this year. I'm with it, man. Let's do it. Let's stack up the Cubs. And with that said, I think that we can also look at the D-backs. They've been playing a little better offensively. And I know that like the Cubs have some good bullpen arms, and then they have some really bad bullpen arms. So depending if this is going to be one of them long relief type situations, there's some really bad guys that can come out of that bullpen. Trust me, I know. One of them cost me about, what, 15 grand? Because I couldn't get anybody on the Twins. So,
and I mean, that's what you want in your stat.
Yeah.
You want. If they go off, they'll get bad bullpen.
Yes.
That's what you want.
Yes, exactly. So I think that there's upside on both sides here. I'm with you.
I mean, I will say that Corbin has given up a lot of home runs.
Yes.
Why he's been bad. Though.
Yeah, no. That's true. But I just think the Cubs are hot. I think it's a good atmosphere. And I'm with you. Corbin hasn't looked all himself. And the Cubs really don't strike out a ton. So I'm with it, man. Let's do it. And you know what else? We'll get the Cubs at really low ownership. Like, you get an opportunity to get the Cubs. Because people do respect Corbin, nobody's going to play the Cubs. You know?
Yep. I agree there for sure.
Next up, Brett Anderson, the lefty from the Oakland Athletics, visiting Cole Hamels of the Texas Rangers. Total here is 11. Texas minus 111. At home, 102 degrees, 30% humidity. 13-mile-per-hour winds, but they're not blowing in. They're actually blowing towards first base as of now. It is the night before. We'll see if that changes. What do you got here, man?
Well, at least it's not 112.
Yeah, wild.
Like Brett Anderson is just good God. I like Texas. I don't think Cole Hamels is very good, so I like Oakland. I like the bats, a lot of bats. I mean, Cole Hamels is a lefty, so that makes me not like Oakland as much. But man, Texas, you give me Texas all day. I like Texas. Chirinos, I love Chirinos. He's probably my favorite play.
I am with it. What is this dude Brett Anderson throw? Let's see.
This guy's bag of.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Jeez.
He is. He does throw a lot of sliders, which is a little concerning. Texas doesn't typically hit the slider all that well. But either way, he does suck. And it's hot. And Texas is home. And Chirinos, yes. Either way. So
If Texas can get to Bauer, I think they could get to Brett Anderson.
yeah, I would hope so. Although I do prefer them strongly against righties. Like against lefties,
Yeah.
it's a little nerve wracking. But still, I'm with you, Cash. I'm with you. I still think the Rangers definitely a solid offense, and I think the A's are in play too. I know they've struggled against lefties, but lately they've kind of like been turning that corner. They've been doing a lot better lately against lefties. They even put up runs against Mad Bum the other day.
This is in Texas,
Yeah,
too,
man,
right?
it's in Texas.
Oh man,
Let's do it.
Play Davis in Texas. The dude just goes ham.
Yeah, he just
Play Crush
he's
Davis.
coming off a double dong game too. Him and Matt Olson both hit 2 home runs.
He's a guy I play every day. Every time he goes to Texas, I'm playing.
Let's do it, man. Stack Oakland. I like it. We're getting some good stacks here. Gio Gonzalez, the lefty of the Washington Nationals, visiting Jules Chassin of the Cami Boys Milwaukee Brew Crew. Total here is 9. Washington minus 108 on the road. 72 degrees, 76% humidity out in Milwaukee. Maybe they open the roof, maybe they don't. I don't know. What do you think?
What I think is I want to give a big thank you to Gio Gonzalez. I appreciate it. You have finally pitched how you're supposed to because you suck. You suck, dude. You suck. Last year was a fluke. I don't give a damn. You suck. So I appreciate it. That's what I want to say about that. But Justine has been pretty dang good. Has he played Washington yet this year? No. I don't know. Justine is pretty cheap, and this pitching slate does suck. Playing a righty against this lineup is always scary. They're not striking out too much. Like, I don't know. I doubt it, but you can give me the Brewers. Aguilar's hurt, ain't he?
Yeah, he was hurt.
That's
Hopefully he comes back. I don't think he's on a DL or anything, is he?
No, he's not on the DL. He's super expensive, but man, the guy is just a monster. I like offense against Gio, but I mean, I don't know. It's not like it's the best offense going today, but they're definitely playable. Gio's been bad where he should be because I don't think he's good at all. I have zero respect for Gio Gonzalez. So I like the bats here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the bats on the Brewers side. Not a Gio guy. Never have been. Don't think I ever will be either. And then I think from the Nationals, I mean, they've been super disappointing. They've been hurt most of the season. So a lot of people that have seen the Nationals and like had success earlier this year, oh, the Nationals suck. Keep in mind that they are healthy now. Like, this is their actual lineup. They're going to get better at some point, you would think. A lot of lefties against Chassin. That's who we want. I think Bryce Harper, Matt Adams, I think these guys are playable. You want to do a little stack with Soto for sure. And then you can finish it up with Ad Eden up top or Trey Turner if you want, but I think I prefer Eden if he's leading off. But
what about Rendon?
I'm fine with Rendon, man. He hits righties well.
Just because he's been so
yeah. He's been like the best hitter this year, honestly. So I
got a trivia question for you.
All right, what's up?
He's in this game, obviously. I wouldn't have mentioned it. Well, who has been the best? I think I looked this up a lot, like once a year. I haven't looked up this year. I need to do. So I was thinking since 1960. I look on Fangraphs. Who's the best hitter in the history of baseball against lefties?
Against lefties. It's in this game.
He's in this game. Yep.
In history?
Yeah, since like 1960 or some stupid
What?
70, something like
That
that.
is wild.
I mean, I thought it was going to be Nelson Cruz, but it wasn't. Nelson Cruz was in the top
okay,
five.
but instead it's somebody in this game.
Yes, it's somebody in this game.
I mean, I don't understand who it could possibly be. Like, there's no way it's these Nationals lefties.
There's one name that's just sitting there staring at you.
Is it Ryan Braun?
It is.
Oh,
I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it.
No kidding.
But hey, man, I can't. Numbers don't lie.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it either.
Interesting. Against lefties. Certainly a good spot for him. But yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying I really like him that much today.
Yeah,
he's old now, and he's not on steroids anymore.
He's no longer juicing, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I think both offenses certainly in play. I think Adams, Harper, some standouts, and I think Braun's fine tomorrow against Gio because Gio sucks, and I'd be okay with that.
He does suck.
Next up, Francisco Liriano of the Detroit Tigers visiting Heath Fillmyer of the Kansas City Royals. Total here is 9.5. Game is basically out of pick'em right now. 91 degrees, 37% humidity out in Kansas City. What do you got here?
Well, the only team that strikes out more than the Mets against lefties this year, or not this year, my bad, last month, is the Kansas City Royals. 28.6%. That's pretty good. The ISO is laughable. That has to be the lowest ISO, right? Oh no, they're tied with Seattle. A .093. That is laughable. And actually, I believe Liriano has 2 pretty good games against this team already when they were actually not like this terrible.
He's actually got 3.
3 of them
this year. Yeah, April twice and May
earlier,
once.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's when Kansas City was not as bad. Like, they've not been good all year, but they're really bad over the last month. Like, that's the first team I look at. I'm sorry, CK, but it's Kansas City, it's the Mets. It's like the first 2 teams I look at who's pitching against these guys because I've always got interest. But I got to look at, I got to look deeper. And, yeah, I have interest, but Liriano is always scary because the guy can just go out and just not find a strike zone for nothing. So there's definitely downside here. But like I said, I do not like this pitching slate. He's 6'6". I'm willing to take a shot. He's in a huge ballpark. I think it's decent. And on the other side, wow. Tell me this guy's a lefty. Oh man. Damn, that sucks. Yeah. This is another bullpen guy, huh?
Yeah.
Man, just bullpen all over.
Everywhere. Bullpens everywhere. I don't know.
I mean, the guy is just to righties. It's a very small sample size, but it's it's bad. It's bad against righties. So I would be looking into some righties. Castellanos would be my favorite, and then probably Hicks. Other than that, I'm probably not interested in no Detroit bats.
Yeah, it's tough to want to take Detroit over all of the other offenses on the slate. I think Liriano is in play. Like you said, you don't want to, but he's got the history. It's a great ballpark. And we don't have a ton of SP2s. I mean, let me ask you a question right now. If you had to pick an SP2, Liriano or Lauer?
I mean, I would rather go Liriano if I had the money. But if I love my team, I could go Lauer as well. But I would rather go Liriano.
Yeah. There's maybe a little more upside there, right? But it's tempting when you have Lauer there against the Mets at 4K. It's very, very tempting. Yeah.
And the thing is that like the Mets aren't so good against lefties, but like I respect the Mets lineup more than I respect Kansas City's lineup.
You're definitely right about that. Like they do have a couple guys who can hit lefties. Like.
And Perez is better against righties. Right. Bonifacio is better against righties.
Right.
Like Moose, he's decent against lefties. He's much better against righties. Right. Duda, I mean, come on. I mean, just over and over. Escobar is the worst hitter in the history of Major League Baseball.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Makes sense. All right, last game here. Oh, yeah, I don't want much from this game except for Liriano. That's basically it. Leonis Martin, I'm fine with him. Lucas Giolito of the Chicago White Sox visiting Jaime Barria of the Los Angeles Angels. No spread or total for this game. I believe they were late to announce the pitchers. 81 degrees, 56% humidity out in Los Angeles, or Anaheim, I should say. People from LA get pissed when I messed that up. What do you got here, man? Last game on the slate.
Hey, man. They play in Anaheim.
Yeah, Anaheim. That's what I'm saying. People from LA get pissed whenever I say LA by accident. They get pissed.
Oh, yeah, I get pissed too because they don't play in Los Angeles. Like, this Anaheim is not Los Angeles. Last time I checked, I've been to both of them. So yeah, they play in. It still angers me to this day that they let them switch the name. But Barria has been getting mashed by righties. The Chicago White Sox suck. But, like, Abreu... Hold on. Is Garcia back?
Yes, he is. Avisel Garcia.
For real?
Yeah.
That dude was on white hot
and,
fire.
He hit a home run, too, in his first game back against King Felix. God,
this guy is just
against King Felix.
Unreal. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Because he used to just, like, you just play him against lefties. But, man, this guy is on fire. I'll play him. Matt Davidson against anybody. I don't give a damn. I just take power. There's pure power in that bat. I love it. This guy's just getting mashed by righties. So you take some one-offs. I don't think you want to stack them necessarily, but you could. Because, I mean, they do have Palka. They got some lefties. Like, Moncada is much better from the left side. And then Giolito. Like, I like the Angels against righties more. Giolito is... He was very good the last game. Pretty good against Houston, but I don't know. The guy gives up a lot of home runs. So you could take Mike Trout any day, every day. Upton, I think I've seen him hit a couple home runs recently. I don't know, but I like the White Sox stack. Not stack. Those three.
Yeah.
Abreu, Garcia, and Davidson I like for sure.
Yeah. Avisel Garcia is just a freak right now, so I'm totally cool with that. Barria, I would imagine, should garner some ownership just because people like to attack the White Sox. I agree, something has been wrong. Does have some K upside, so I got to dig in on that a little bit deeper. It is a good ballpark, but it is warm and humid. That's not something that LA normally is, warm and humid. I think Johnny was saying something about the marine layer is not as effective when it's humid or something like that. I don't know. Either way, this is one I'm going to have to dig into. If I'm looking at the White Sox, definitely Avi Garcia is where I'm starting. I think Moncada is a guy that I do like to play against righties all the time, especially leading off. We'll see if Matt Davidson plays. They might play Palka or something like that with Avi back because it is a righty. Jose Abreu, like, I think he's decent, but I don't play him. When I play him, I get zeros, goose eggs. That's what I get from Jose Abreu. I have never had good luck with that guy.
Cheap.
I know. I have never had good luck with Jose Abreu, ever. Like, my entire DFS career. I don't know why. Yeah.
And yeah, but it's a leverage thing, like it was the other day against
Felix.
Queen Felix.
Queen Felix, I like
because
that.
Queen Felix was popular, of course.
41%. I was like, what the F? I couldn't believe it. Johnny was right. Johnny was like, welcome to Felix Hernandez Chalk Day. And I'm like, yeah, right. And I was like, no, people aren't that stupid. Like, they're not gonna be. He's not gonna be that chalky.
Well, man, I don't think it was.
No. It wasn't stupid. I just meant like.
This is high.
Right, 40% is stupid. Like, that's stupid. Yeah. Like, I didn't think he'd be 40%. You know what I mean? Like, I knew he'd get ownership. And don't get me wrong, I don't think he was a bad play at all. He still had value. He got 14. Like, it's not like he killed you. You know what I mean? But I just thought it was stupid that he was 40%. Like, because for me, like, I considered Felix until I realized he was going to be chalk. I'm not playing a chalk Felix ever. Like, it's just not happening. But, like, Felix, if he wasn't going to be chalk, I consider it. Sure, it was the right matchup. You know what I mean? I just couldn't believe it. Like, Johnny said, welcome to, Felix Hernandez Chalk Day, and I, like, laughed at him. I was like, good one. He was like, no, seriously, he's going to be chalk. I'm like, yeah, right. And I couldn't believe it, man. I'm sitting there looking. I actually ended up playing Covey that day. I did pretty well that day. I played Kobe. So, like, at first, Felix was killing me at 40%. And then once he started getting bombed and then Kobe was dominating, Kobe put up like a 30 that day. It was just like, it was just boom, baby. Climbing that thing, baby. It was great. It was magical. But, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't. Again, like, not that it was a bad play. I just couldn't believe he was 40% owned. I was just, like, in shock. But it is the White Sox.
I pitched Cahill that night.
Oh, he looked so good, man. He struck out the side in that first inning. He looks pretty good. Coming back from injury, he looked pretty good. I know the strikeout slowed down a little bit, but he started off strong, man. Started off with that 1-2-3. He struck out the side. That was a good way to start. Barria, I would anticipate, is going to be somewhat popular. If people were willing to play Felix against the White Sox, I think they'll play Barria against the White Sox. So we'll have to see. And Giolito's a guy the Angels seem like they're heating up a little bit. I'm okay with it. Like Coke Calhoun, he was on a tear before the All-Star break. Trout hit a home run, although he's crazy expensive. Ohtani came back, booming. He's not hitting home runs, but he's hitting doubles, extra base hits. Upton's getting hot. I'm fine with the Angels, but Giolito is just a guy that he's not getting rocked anymore. Like, in the beginning of the season, he was like the worst pitcher in baseball. But he's really, really gotten this hard contact stuff under control. He still sucks, but he's figured out that whole, don't get hit too hard thing. You know what I mean? So the Angels are a maybe.
I mean, and the White Sox, while they strike out a lot, they're not. Over the last month, they're 14th with a 102 WRC plus. The ISO is 179. Like, they're not terrible.
Yeah, they've been hitting.
What was 318? But they definitely strike out a lot. Like, they could come out and Barria could be a good play, but I would rather go with the leverage and turn.
No, I know. I totally get it. Albie Garcia has been the difference. When he is out, the White Sox have been terrible, especially against lefties. When he is in, all of a sudden the White Sox give teams a hard time, and it starts with him, man. It's been ridiculously hot. He's got to be on drugs. Got to be. No other explanation. That is going to do it for the game-by-game breakdown. At this point, I'm going to remind everybody, if you haven't already, check us out at whitestake.com. I don't know what you're waiting for. If you like the podcast, you're going to love what we do over there. Check us out, whitestake.com. We cover all sorts of sports. Obviously, if you're listening on this show, you play baseball DFS, so at the very least, buy yourself a MLB Day Pass. $2.50 gets you in for the day. You get the expert poll, which is something that we have a couple of our experts actually write answers to key questions. 8 key questions on the slate: favorite cash game pitcher, favorite stacks, etc., etc. We got, obviously, Cash is writing the MLB GPP article tomorrow. Johnny the Freak on the cash game article. We're going to have Cammy Boy doing his cheat sheets. We'll have the Y stream tomorrow. A strategy session, which is one of our more popular new additions. At about 1 p.m. tomorrow, we'll be doing a strategy session where we actually share our screens with our members, and we actually break down the slate together with the nation, with the Wise Take Nation. There's a chat. Everybody kind of talks. We discuss things. They ask questions. I ask questions, or whatever the case is, and we actually show our screen and do the research with you. It's a really great thing. Great way for you to learn and learn how to analyze slates. So come check us out. Come rock with us. Like I said, $2.50, all it costs to get you in for a day. Make that investment before you play. Cash, time to do some top threes, man. I know pitching is kind of rough in terms of pairing, right? Like, pitching is like, we have some good pitchers, but in terms of like on DraftKings having to pick 2 to pair, it's kind of tough. We'll try it. Top 3 pitchers, what do you got?
Well, as crazy as this is, I say Liriano is my number 1 pitcher.
Woo!
And then my next 2 pitchers are from the same game. I expect Jacob deGrom to be pretty popular because of the Padres, and I mean, Jacob deGrom is fantastic. I mean, I like him, but I also like his opposition with Eric Lauer, and I like Eric Lauer much more if Cespedes is out.
Yeah, man. I like deGrom, but to be honest, the guy that I ruled out earlier, I'm kind of falling back into, and that's Ross Stripling. I'm kind of liking him a little bit more now, mainly because I do like the Dodgers offense, so I feel like he's in a good position to get the win. And he's cheaper than all those other guys, and he does have some K upside, so I'm kind of leaning towards him. And then I would go with Liriano or Lauer. I'm really kind of stuck there. If I need the money, I'll go with Lauer. If I don't need the money, I will try to get to Liriano. I agree. That's where I'm at as well. Top 3 stacks, Cash. What do you got?
Let's see. That's a very good question.
It is, right? There's actually a few of them out there, right? Like,
Damn, I don't know. Hmm. Let's see. I mean, I like Boston, but I mean, they're actually going up against a pretty good pitcher. I will say, wow, there's so many options. Texas, the Dodgers, and I'll say Boston.
I'm going to go super risky and go with, well, the Dodgers aren't very, they're not as, contrary. But I'll go with the Dodgers. Then I'm going to go with the Chicago Cubs against Corbin. And then I'm going to go with, I was going to say the Pirates, but it's real close between the Pirates and the A's. But I do like all those stacks. I'll go with the A's because I hate Cole Hamill. And this is Texas.
I mean, the Dodgers are kind of risky.
Oh, they're risky, but they're not as contrarian.
They could really suck. Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like,
Eflin's been really good, and the Dodgers can just come out and just suck.
They can. It's something they know how to do that. And they spent the whole first half of the season doing that. It was like
I know. I thought the season was over. Oh, it's over.
Me too. I never would have thought that Manny Machado would be going there to help get them to the playoffs. I thought they were done. They just turned it on. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up. Oh, we gotta play some Dong Watch. I always forget about the Dong. I've been forgetting about the Dong Watch lately. Home runs, Cash. Who's hitting a home run? Chirinos, I like it. I'll go with Javi Baez from the Chicago Cubs.
Jake, my man, Lamb.
I like it. I'll go with Mad Max Muncy.
And I'm gonna go a little off the board and say Nicholas Castellanos, even though I want to say old boy from the White Sox.
Javi Garcia?
Yes, that guy.
All right. And I will go with Corey Dickerson. It's been red hot. Let the good times roll. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a like and a share to support the Wise Take Nation. If you are watching us on Twitch or Twitter, give us a follow, give us a retweet, all that good-ish. And if you are listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews, help bump us up those charts. All these things really help us out. Whatever platform you use to watch the Wise Take Nation, all we ask is show us a little bit of love and support the Wise Take Nation. It don't take much. Just show some love. Cash, anything in closing before we get up out of here?
Oh, man, good luck with this pitching.
Yes, agreed. Good luck with the pitching. All right, that's going to do it. Catch us tomorrow night, same two. Me and Cash tearing it up for Tuesday's slate. In the meantime, come rock with us. Come see what it's all about if you don't know what it's all about. If you do know what it's about, you know what it is, and we'll see you tomorrow. If that makes sense, you know it does. For CashinDFS, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.